Family traditions are built at the table, but they actually start right here in the kitchen. I'm Chef Robert Irvine, and together with Stop and Shop, we're making meals help you make memories right in your own home. So today's menu or recipe is a classic. It really is an Italian classic. Chicken cacciatore. Now, did you know in the 14th century, chicken cacciatore didn't exist? It was actually called cacciatore, and it was made with rabbits and game. Now, before we start this recipe today, I want to say a few things about, hey, we are social distancing. We are cooking in my home, so I've got GoPros. Any technical foul-ups, I'm sorry, but I'll try and fix them really quick. If you have questions or comments, put them in the comment section on Facebook, and I promise we'll get to them, okay? As many as I can in the time we have. Now, it starts. Chicken cacciatore. It used to be made with rabbit, now we're using chicken. Starts with chicken. Simple. I'm going to put a couple of gloves on because I don't want to get all messy. I'm going to take chicken breast and chicken legs with no bones, and I'm going to actually cut them into smaller pieces so they all cook at the same time. So imagine the chicken breast is a big breast. I'm going to take a little knife, cut them into pieces that we can actually cook them all at the same time. If it cooks at the same time, it'll be fast. Okay, there it is, chicken. I've got the legs that have been deboned. They come that way, or the thighs. I'm gonna season with salt. Woo! Oh yeah, and pepper. Keeping my gloves on. Get the pan nice and hot. Now remember, I am a cook at heart. I do not put oil into my pan until the pan is hot. When the pan is hot, I put oil in. It cooks faster, it's much quicker, and we're gonna finish this cacciatore on the stove top. So it's quick, it's efficient. I'm gonna serve that with pan's getting hot. I'm walking the chicken over. You can hear that sizzle. Into the pan. I'm not going to use all the chicken. I got plenty of chicken there. Off come the gloves. Get rid of that. And I'm removing the board and the knife that I cooked the chicken on. Okay, board's gone, chicken is now cooking in the pan. So, what goes along with cacciatore or the vegetables? I've got polenta, so I've got chicken stock in a pan. I'm going to heat that up on the back while the chicken is cooking. I'm going to show you how to clean a pepper really quickly. Big knife, top it, tail it. So basically the front and the back, or the top and the bottom, are off. I take a knife and I literally roll the pepper around, removing the veins. And what I'm left with is the pepper, right? Then I start to, now remember the pepper skin is hard. So flesh side, nice sharp knife. Get rid of this, we don't need it. And here's the cool thing. The only thing we're gonna waste is this little bit here. We're gonna cut all this up. Oh yeah, chicken cacciatore. Don't forget questions if you have questions. Me and my amazing partners at Stop and Shop, we're here for you. Okay, chicken is doing its nice thing right now. There they are. Tongs, turning the chicken over. While the chicken is now cooking, I've got my chicken stock. I'm going to take my cornmeal. I'm going to make polenta. Now remember, when we make polenta, it takes time. The polenta itself is a grain, so it has to open up. It's being milled. So when it opens up, becomes that flour, all the liquid is absorbed into it. In case you have more. Right, so now, I've got my polenta working, my chicken working. Take my chicken out. On the side, I'm going to remove some of the oil. Get the pan nice and hot. I'm going to go garlic, little chopped garlic. Mushroom. I've taken a brush, dusted all the brush, all the dirt and all the stuff off it. Oh, almost put that back in. And I never use water on them, just the brush to get rid of them. Quarter them up. Into the pan they go. Now, when we cook mushrooms, 90% water, and I really want to get them going nice and quickly. So, just going to move that around. Do not be afraid to add a little bit more oil if you need to. My polenta is starting to, so I'm going to add some more cornmeal. And you can see pretty much in there, starting to thicken up. I'll take a little bit more chicken stock. Oh, yeah. And you can see that the mushrooms now. They're starting to get golden brown. And then we're really building the flavors here of the chicken. So I've got the chicken that's already sauteed in here, the garlic, the mushrooms, and then we're going to go into onions. Woo! Saute the onions, the red peppers, orange peppers, and yellow peppers. Now you can start to see the colors. Polenta, again, we have to keep moving the polenta. Adding a little bit more stock. Remember, when we grind something, so if you have a bag of flour and you're baking, the hotter the place is, the more liquid you add to it because it blooms more. The colder, the less liquid it adds. You could buy two bags of flour, and they won't absorb the same amount of liquid, even though they've been done at the same time or ground at the same time. Notice I'm not putting any salt or pepper in right now, but I am going to remove these peppers from my board because I'm done with them. Okay. Oh, look at it. You can just see by the colors in here. You can smell it. You can't smell it, but it was pretty good. Okay. From there, I'm going to take fresh diced tomatoes. Remember, this is kind of a fun dish because the more flavors you put in, the stronger the sauce itself. Okay, now add tomato. So we got fresh tomato. Now I've got pulp tomatoes from a can. It's almost like a pureed tomato. And you can see it's starting to build a nice depth of a sauce here, a rich sauce. Now, obviously, it's thick right now. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add chicken stock. Plenty of chicken stock or vegetable stock, whatever you like. Oh, yummy, yummy. Little salt. A little pepper. Oh, flavors, flavors, flavors. Don't forget, if you've got questions and comments, send them because I'm going to answer them all in a minute. All this stuff we've got at Stop and Shop, right? Remember, when you go to your local store, do me a favor. All the men and women, the associates that are working there, are doing a great job trying to keep you happy by stocking the shelves and keeping you safe. So instead of taking the whole family, which we like to do, only one member per family, please. Then we can get you in, get you out, and keep you safe. All right. So look, I'm going to put the chicken back into the sauce. And we're going to cook that chicken till it's nice and tender and beautifully done. Now my polenta, I'm going to take cheese and some butter. Butter makes it rich, and the cheese gives it that beautiful flavor. You know, when I do the show or I cook for my family, to me, it's the most amazing thing. When you cook for somebody, it's like giving a piece of yourself to people you don't know, unless it's your family, obviously, then you obviously know them. But, you know, it's the most amazing thing to cook. All right, so you can see it's getting nice and happy right now. Ooh, we're going to leave that doing its thing. I turned down the heat a little bit. Now, I got to get some fresh herbs. I've got some beautiful basil here. I'm going to cut that. A lot of people say don't cut basil because it drags and it doesn't look pretty. They like to pick it. I'm Italian from the English side. We cut things. I want that beautiful symmetry when I put things on a plate. I want it to look pretty because that's half the battle, right? So just before, that's what I'm going to do. If your sauce looks thin and mine doesn't, you can always thicken it up with a little tomato paste. I'm going to put just a touch. Everything at my fingertips in my house, which you would expect, right? A little bit of tomato paste. Oh, this is what I call sexy food. Makes you want to dance, makes me want to dance. Now with this dish, you've seen me sear the chicken in a pan, take it out, make the sauce or build the sauce, the cacciatore sauce, in the actual same pan I did the chicken. There's another way you can do it. If you want to grill the chicken on a barbecue grill, you can do that. If you want to broil in the oven, or you can make the sauce, sear the chicken in the oven, then finish it in the oven, or even a slow cooker. I like to do it on here because I have control of it. I can control, I can see, I can taste, and that's what I'm looking for. Anything, I'm kind of a control kind of guy. Now remember, this is the premiere episode. I'm so excited. I'm showing you my home and how I cook, and there's plenty more coming in the weeks to follow. Believe me, lots of exciting new dishes that you probably have never even thought you would like to try or even cook. So, So what I'm getting right now are the flavors of the pepper coming out, the onion, the garlic. It's got some nice heat with the pepper. It's thickening up nicely. Remember, I don't want a sauce that's going to run all over the plate. Another way to thicken this, just so you know, and all the Italians are going to go, no, 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 right now. But you can peel a potato, dice it up really, really fine, and put it into your sauce. And what happens when the potato dissipates or it's cooked completely, it actually binds the sauce together. Or here's another one. Have you ever used oatmeal? You're all going, no, no, no. Let me tell you something. If you want to thicken a sauce quickly, there's a couple of ways. You can take oatmeal, grind it to a powder, and sprinkle it because it dissipates and just adds nutritional value. Or you can take beurre manière, which is butter and flour mixed into breadcrumbs cold, and then you sprinkle it in. Right now, I would sprinkle it in, and it would thicken the sauce. That is a great way to do it. So a couple of tips. If you're in a hurry, you can do that. All right. This chicken looks absolutely divine. I'm going to now cut. And this is from my garden. Oh, it's unbelievable. Look, I'm going to take some leaves off. I'm a big lover of basil. Cheesy grits or polenta and basil. Mm-mm-mm. And I don't want it perfect. I want it so it looks like almost like a 3-year-old cut it. I'm not saying I'm 3 years old, but I'm close to it. I have fun in the kitchen. I don't care about what people say about me in the kitchen because I have fun. At the end of the day, food is supposed to be fun, family, and hopefully it keeps you fit. All right. So the tomatoes are breaking down nicely, and you can see how thick it's getting and how sludgy the tomatoes are getting there. The chicken is perfectly cooked because I've already seared it. So when we serve this, I want to make sure the peppers are cooked, but not sloppy, not falling apart. I don't want to eat it like through a straw. I want to eat it and have a little texture so I know there's a pepper. Otherwise, I've wasted all my time, right? So, now, polenta. Look at that. I'm going to add a little bit more liquid just because I want it a little softer. Again, tasting. One thing that annoys me about chefs, if you don't taste, how do you know what it tastes like when your customers or your family? And your family are customers. Oh. You never have too much cheese for me. A little bit more cheese. Okay. Okay, so keep your questions coming. I'm going to answer them, but now I'm going to plate. Now, at this time, I'm going to turn off the heat here. I'm going to take my plate. Can you see my plate? Nice big family style plate. My polenta. Oh, baby. You can just smell the cheese. Oh, yeah. I know all you want to be in my house right now, right? Okay. So, turn the heat off there. I've got a pan stand here, so I don't ruin my counter. Okay. I mean, look at this. Can you see that? Can you see that? Woo, baby. Look. Okay. So, oh yeah. You know you're coming to Uncle Robert's house when you see this. And then mushrooms, the peppers. A few more then peppers and veggies on there. On top, my basil. And again, I'm just going to finish a little touch of pepper. And let me tell you something. If you get this at home, or you come to my home, cacciatore with beautiful polenta, little fresh basil, peppers, onions, mushrooms, I'm going to tell you, it is to die for. Now, I believe, because I keep hearing myself on this phone, so, you know, it's me doing it on my own, folks. If there's technical difficulty, it's me, I'm sorry. But we're in the coronavirus epidemic, or pandemic, I should say. COVID-19 is creating havoc. But I wanted to share this with you because, you know, when we shop, we want to get food. And sometimes food's not available like we want. So we have to adapt. And don't be afraid to make substitutions. Cooking is supposed to be fun and not a chore. Involved, get your husbands, get your wives, get everybody involved in cooking. I cook, or Gail cooks, she cleans or I clean, it doesn't matter. It's just fun, right? We'll get into this in a minute. So, any questions? What questions? Oh, here we are. Here we are. So, Heather wants to know some things her kids can do in the kitchen. Well, I'm going to tell you, Heather, they can do anything. It doesn't matter how old they are. They can peel vegetables, wash vegetables. They can use a knife if you're there and helping them. I believe that the children have to experience something fun. Cooking is fun. Let them make a mess. Let them clean up the mess. But it's a real time to bond. Food, my mother, her name's Patricia, always used to say to me, Bobby, because when I was not nice or naughty, she would, there you are, don't play with your food. I want your kids to play with your food. Okay? So you let them do anything as long as you're supervising. Remember, it's hot, it's sharp, but if you do it together and safe, you should have fun. Emily wants to know 5 things that we should keep in the pantry. Salt, pepper, grapeseed oil, rice wine vinegar, and any canned tomatoes. You can make a meal from any of that. That's what you need in your pantry. So I use, Diane asks, why do you not warm mushrooms? All right, Diane, we don't wash mushrooms. All we do is we take that brush like I showed you, and we dust the mushrooms off. And I'll tell you why. Because if you wet them, you will never be able to saute them. And I'll show you. Mushrooms come in little cartons like this. All we do, we take one out, right? We take it, push, get rid of all the excess dirt. They have been cleaned already. And just like that, your mushrooms are ready to go. Do not wash them. They get waterlogged. No good. Okay. Few have asked, what cheese? A few of you have asked, what cheese? What cheese? Any cheese you like. Romano cheese, provolone cheese, anything hard you can grate. It doesn't matter what cheese you like it, put it in there. What is more important, fresh herbs versus dry herbs? So I'm going to tell you. So I'm a military guy. You know, when we travel, we can't get fresh herbs. We use canned, freeze-dried herbs. Fresh herbs are always preferable, but hey, sometimes you can't get fresh herbs. So use what you've got. Tina wants to know, can you make the sauce a day ahead and do the chicken the next day? Absolutely, Tina. The better, if you make the sauce the day before and it sits, it gets better flavor. Absolutely, do it the day before if you wish. Some people don't have that time, and yes, you can cook the chicken the day off and put it in there and finish it. Absolutely, take you 5 minutes, believe me. Darlene wants to know, can I come and cook with you? Darlene, anytime you want to cook, but we are going to do a few more of these, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I want to say thanks so much for cooking with me today, and thanks to Stop and Shop. I'll be teaching you some new recipes to bring to your table in the next few weeks. You can also find out more recipes from stopandshop.com at the table, or you can walk into your local Stop and Shop and say, hey, I want to cook something fun. But remember, thank all those men and women that are working there. Until next time, stay well, stay healthy, get food, and cook. Cook together. God bless you all. See you next time.